Welcome to the Jazzy Eyes Podcast, taking care of your vision with expert precision. Here's your host, Dr. Thuy Nguyen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Jazzy Eyes Podcast. I'm your co-host, Jeremy Wolf. I'm joined by your host, Dr. Thuy Nguyen. Dr. Nguyen, fancy meeting you here again so soon.
Hello.
we were just talking about cataracts and the various types of cataracts, and then we were getting into some of the causes of cataracts, and I'd like to pick it up here. Can you talk a little bit more about the various causes? I know there's some medications and smoking and things of that nature that could have influences in that regard. So please go from there.
Yes. So before we talked about age-related cataracts, which really doesn't affect people until like their 50s or 60, but there are certain cataracts that people they have prematurely around as early as 30 years old. And one of those cataracts can be induced by certain medications, like you said, such as certain antipsychotics. It could be caused by and some antipsychotics.
What do antipsychotics have to do with the lens of the eye? That's so
because
counterintuitive.
Of the way that it's absorbed into the bloodstream, sometimes it can deposit on the lens, and it could trigger early cataracts. Yeah, it's just the way the body absorbs it in the medication that goes throughout the body.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So certain antipsychotics, some heart medications, it's called amiodarone. Some heart medications, actually very common. Some corticosteroids, that's a big one. A lot of people are on steroids, such as those that have autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. Most people on autoimmune diseases, they're put on long-term steroids, and that can trigger early cataracts, as well as tamoxifen, which is a breast cancer drug. So, yep, actually very common drugs that are still used today.
It's such a shame how so many of the medications out there lead to other side effects that in many cases can be worse than the actual thing that it's trying to treat. Not the breast
when
cancer,
you listen to those drug commercials, there's like a very long list of side effects at the very end.
Oh, man.
Cataracts is one of them, yeah. And then, like you said, smoking is bad for everything. Like every system in the body, I feel like smoking is bad for. And it could trigger early cataracts too, just because of the amount of free radicals that it like produces when you smoke. Damages your lenses.
Yeah, speaking about medications, I have my best friend. He was on 15 different pharmaceutical medications. He had a rare autoimmune disorder, and he was told that if he stopped taking these medications, he could die. He was on prednisone. He was on so many different things, and he was miserable. He was suicidal, and he got into plant medicines and that whole holistic space. And he went down the rabbit hole, and today he is off every medication.
That's good
His
for him.
Autoimmune disease is cured. He's devoted his life to kind of helping people in that regard. Now, obviously, there's definitely a place for a lot of these medications, but I think that in our society, doctors are too quick to prescribe these things as a quick fix, and it causes oftentimes many other problems and really just masks the underlying symptoms in a lot of cases. So I think it's important to bring awareness to that. So
holistic medication is definitely finding its place now, especially after COVID and everything like that. And obviously, even if you have the onset of cataracts, we're not going to tell you, hey, you should stop your medications. It's not, cataract surgery is something that can be treated with, surgery, but we're not going to go be like, hey, you have an autoimmune system, you're taking steroids, stop taking the steroid. It's not our place as an optometrist to say, you should stop taking your steroids.
Of course,
say, go talk to your primary care doctor and see what they can do about it.
Yeah, no, it's my place to share my plant medicine journeys with folks to get them to open up to that. But like you see, because I'm a licensed professional, of course. Yeah, right. I wanted to also ask, you said there's surgery available, and Dr. Falco mentioned about how it's done sometimes in conjunction with a laser, but also with actually cutting.
Yes.
So that creates a little bit of apprehension or anxiety for me. Is that surgery? I'd imagine it's pretty dang safe, right?
It is very safe. You are kind of in a twilight zone where you're not completely asleep, but you're in twilight zone. They do a little cut where your cornea is, and they kind of They cut up the lens. They stick up an instrument that actually has those I forgot what they're called, but they're sound waves that help cut up the lens inside the eyes and suck it up. So that's cataract surgery in a nutshell. And actually surgery, not cataract surgery in particular, but certain other eye surgeries can also induce cataracts. Sometimes when the physician is in there with the eye, in the eye doing surgery, sometimes the tool can nick or kind of rip the bag of the cataract a little bit, and that spirals into early cataract formation. So sometimes eye surgery can also cause cataracts prematurely.
Interesting. So
cataract surgery to remove a different surgery.
Are there any ongoing research or developments in cataract treatment in terms of, I guess, beyond the surgery? Are there any other non-surgical treatments that are being developed, non-invasive, or they're not quite there yet?
So it's actually gotten better over the years, cataract surgery, in that the incision to take out the lens have been becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And so the recovery has been quicker. There is no non-invasive way of taking out the cataracts. There have been eye drops that have been marketed for you to put in your eyes and dissolve the cataracts, but really no eye drop can penetrate that deep into the eyes that it can clear up the cataracts. It's just not how it really works.
So no nanotechnology on the horizon, where I could see like an eye drop where it has nanobots inside, and you drop them in and it goes in and just cures all the cataract right
everything, right? That should expand more than eye drops.
It's on the horizon. Something good.
It should just repair everything in your body for you. It should reverse aging, actually.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Was there anything else that you'd like to share on this subject before we wrap up?
Yeah, just touch up on just saying other things that can cause cataracts besides everything that we mentioned. Some people can be born with cataracts. They're called congenital cataracts. It really doesn't affect the vision that much. It's just a unique characteristic for you. Another thing that can cause cataracts besides the medication, surgery, all of that, is trauma. Sometimes people get hit in the head, or sometimes there's ocular trauma, and this results in early formation of cataracts. And these cataracts,
like a concussion, maybe.
What happened?
Like a concussion could.
Yes, that can. Yep, concussions. Those specific cataracts are actually very unique in that they're shaped kind of like flowers, like petaloid. You can actually see petals of the cataracts in the eye, and so it's more indicative of trauma.
Very, very interesting.
So many types of cataracts.
All right. Well, we will end there. Dr. Nguyen, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Well, I look forward to seeing you next time. That's all I have to say.
Of course. Happy shopping with Cyber Monday.
I had a little cataract of the brain there for a moment, a little cloudiness in my head. But
you had some cloudiness.
It happens after a long Thanksgiving week with the kids home from school, and now on a Monday, kind of getting back to it. So
holidays.
I'll excuse myself. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Jazzy Eyes Podcast. Everyone have a wonderful day and take care.
Thank you for listening to the Jazzy Eyes Podcast. For more information, visit jazzyeyes.com or contact 954-473-0100.